A lot of people ask why I'm doing this. I really don't know. When I know, I'll let you know. I had plans over the Easter holidays to do some cool running. It's been 6 months since I've been running consistently, 5 days a week. I started at the end of September. I've been feeling really, really good with it. I bought a Garmin watch back then. Shout out Garmin. Fenix 7 Solar. It's a Sapphire Solar Edition. Apparently it's got some pretty cool sapphire lens over the front, so when I'm outside for long periods of time it charges. But shout out Garmin, great watch, great product. So I've been running 6 months and it's got a really cool feature called the daily suggested workouts. Essentially just takes in a load of data and creates workouts and runs for me. Set up to run 5 days a week, get a range of just base runs, tempo, thresholds, sprints, long runs. It's really motivating for me. I find like waking up in the morning and looking at my watch and it says, alright, do this run, and getting out, giving it a red hot crack, and really enjoying it actually. Seeing some really cool progress. The data's awesome, I love the data. But yeah, I've been at it for 6 months and I thought, why not try and challenge myself, do something cool. So here I am, doing 21 kilometers a day. Where I got that inspiration, I don't know. I was just sitting there, I was thinking, 21 Ks for 21 days, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool. Maybe I could do something similar. And I thought, well, the Easter holidays is 17 days, and let's give it a shot. It's a bit of a slog at the moment. Heart, lungs, my cardio feels really good. The 21 kilometers isn't really an issue in terms of the stamina yet. But my ankles and my knees just feel really, really tight after about 10 kilometers. Every run, they felt like that. It doesn't feel like it's getting worse. It just feels tight. So I've really got to be conscious of stretching beforehand, getting some good dynamic movements in there to get those joints going. Finishing with a good couple of static to keep those, loosen up the muscles a little bit, and foam rolling before and after, and I'm even trying to foam roll a little bit in the evenings as well. Just trying to keep the muscles loose. I think a lot of it comes from the calves as well, so I'm putting a lot of emphasis on my calves, because I think as soon as my calves go, I'm going to have some pretty serious problems pop up. But so far so good, it's just tight. I figured about day 4 or day 5 I'd be like the warm-up to the challenge. Just really start to get into it. I think the challenge will really begin around the day 10 mark, and it'll be much harder to get moving. But I've got a couple of cool runs lined up next week. I'm gonna head out, hit some trails in Logan Village, explore some areas out there which I haven't done before, so that should be pretty cool. Might head down the Gold Coast, a little bit further south, maybe head along the Esplanade, around Broad Beach, Main Beach, Surfers. Maybe go a little bit further south, Burleigh, check out Currumbin even, but do some exploration down there, just on the beach on the Esplanade, nothing too crazy. I've got a nice day planned, I think on Saturday, just before I go back to work. I'm gonna hit some trails around the Gap in Brisbane area, Mount Cootha, the big ultra marathon that's run there called the Guzzler, which I've recently come to learn. It looks pretty cool. Maybe something I might tick off a bucket list one day, but 100Ks definitely sounds like a stretch in one sitting. Speaking of 100Ks, day 5 of 21Ks a day, so hit my 100Ks today in a week. Day 5, 105.5Ks. What are you guys' thoughts on the running? Do I get silly? A couple people have told me I'm silly. Or they question like, when's your rest day? Are you gonna rest during it? I haven't thought of it honestly. I think if it's all I'm doing, if it's 2 hours of exercise a day, I'm not doing too much else throughout the days. Like, I've got plenty of time to recover. I honestly probably got a little bit more in me to be doing some other things. My watch told me yesterday said you've had a really restful afternoon, you've done well, like, your recovery times decreased, increased, I don't know which word it says, but essentially said I've recovered well. And all I did yesterday, I got my car serviced, hung out at home, picked up the kids, watched a bit of TV, ate dinner, nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, one of my mates, Jack, he said, why don't you, I was asking him what I reckon for next day's video. He said, do car chats, just set your camera up in the car and just have a yap. It feels very weird, like I'm just locked in on the road, driving and talking. I don't even know if this will get to anybody. I might not even post this, but I'm just talking. It doesn't make me feel as lonely. Sounds sad saying it like that. But I mean, I ran a couple of kilometers today with Brenton. He came down to the lake and did a little bit. But it is just by yourself for 2 hours running. The last couple of days been pretty psychotic, running laps, just loops upon loops of things. That's pretty mind-numbingly boring. It's pretty lonely just out there sometimes running for so long, but also therapeutic because loud noises from the kids and the constant demands of a normal life. It's nice to have a little bit of time just to be chilling. I don't know, I'm pretty new to the video making scene, but it's been pretty easy editing at the moment, the shorts. Through my education account, through work, my school email address gives me access to the premium side of Canva, and it's relatively simple just to make short videos. But I think this might be my first longer video and what that kind of looks like. I don't know, I have to have a dabble into Canva. I've heard of CapCut. Lots of the kids at school use CapCut for their TikToks and whatnot, and apparently it's really user-friendly. We've got Clipchamp as well. So there's some good video editing software out there. It's just I haven't had to do anything too crazy yet where I've needed anything outside of what Canva's functionalities have. It's pretty interesting, the AI features that's being integrated into these big programs these days. I could dump a bunch of footage in there and it'd chop it all up and highlight it and whatever, but I don't know if it would, I don't know, it's AI. It couldn't make something as good as I could make myself if I put in time and effort. I don't know, can it do it very quick and efficiently? Yeah. Might have to experiment with that one day. Yeah, but where that thought came from, editing, is about music. I always see like Facebook videos and YouTube shorts. I don't have TikTok or Instagram, but they've all got like background songs and they're pretty popular songs. And I always hear about copywriting and you can't use other people's music and stuff, but the Canva database of music's pretty lackluster, and the YouTube stock templates for background music is pretty basic as well. And I'd love to know a little bit more about just downloading a song where possible and just slapping it in the background like a song that I like. Because I mean, I'm playing heaps of music in the background, probably picking up in the speakers, and if I just chop this all up and had that music in the background, then it's probably going to be copyrighted or whatever. Who knows? I don't even know what this will sound like on the other end. It's all an experimentation. I didn't make a video for day 4. I didn't really have any ideas. I ran around a local lake. It was 1.4 kilometers a lap, so I ran 15 odd laps of that. And today I ran 5 odd laps of a 4 kilometer loop around the Oxenford Lake. So it was pretty boring. Like, not too much happening. There was one dude who was lying on the ground, sweating up a storm, panting kind of thing. I ran past him and stopped for a bit. I was like, "You right, mate?" And he said, "Yeah." And I think he must have just had a really, really hard session and was completely exhausted. Offered him one of my running gels. He's like, nah, all good. But nothing too exciting running around those laps. So I didn't have a video out yesterday. I'll put one out today for day 5, but it'll just have a couple of snippets of what I've done. But I'm gonna kind of show what I'm eating for a standard day, because that's one thing I'm really trying to focus on and make sure I'm doing well at. Because I've never, over the last 6 months, I've never worried about my nutrition. I'm just business as usual. Wake up, maybe eat if I'm hungry, have a coffee, muesli bar. Like, I haven't really done too much about it. But I'm actually thinking a little bit more about my nutrition because I'm doing a fair bit of work. I'm doing a fair bit of work around the exercise. I'm burning a lot of calories, and I need to sustain myself, because if I don't maintain that, I'm done. Same with my water intake and my electrolytes. IV fluids is what I'm taking. It's a little powdered sachet and mix it with water. Got a lot of sodium and just random little electrolytes in there that are good for rehydrating. I'm not taking it exclusively. I'm definitely still drinking lots of water, but just using it to support my water retention. And I think I know it's working because my lips sometimes feel quite like when you've been in the shower too long, get a bit wrinkly, or when you eat too much, something too salty, your lips get a little bit funny. Yeah, I do notice that sometimes. So definitely trying to stay on top of water, hydration, nutrition. But that'll be my day 5 video. And I'll include a little snippet from the end of my day 4 run. I'm trying to make some couple things for the channel, but consistent. That's a run with Porter thing. Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed, but I've done a couple of little shuckers here and there at the end of the run. Some day 4 done. Pretty cringe, but get some breakfast in me. But thank you all for the support. I hit 50 subscribers pretty quick, which was pretty cool. I know some people do this for a long while and struggle to get a couple, and sometimes a video will hit a different audience and then maybe pick up 1 or 2 subscribers here and there. But I hit 50 pretty quick and kind of plateaued, but I think it's because I'm pretty blessed to be in a position where I can just tell a couple people that I do know about what I'm doing, and they can jump on board and follow if they like easily. But yeah, one of my videos, I think my first one, day 1 of running the half marathon, it's real close to 1,000 views. I've looked at that a couple times and ooh, a little bit of excitement. So I can see the addiction there. We're trying to get the numbers to roll in, but there's no goals to make this a long time, full-time thing, monetize it and everything. But if that happens, that happens. I think a really cool goal and objective is if I can get some sort of partnership or sponsorship or link, and some company wants to get on board and wants me to promote their products. And I think I got a good audience at school, and with all the sport that I'm involved in, and a cool little story to make, and if I can use that to help provide opportunities to some of the people around me, that's all I could ask for. Getting out, being physically active and enjoying your time. But yeah, thanks for the support. I'll see you in another one. Who knows if I'll do one of these again, but I really got to get into making a couple of those proper longer YouTube videos, not just shorts here and there. Have a good day. Day 5 completed.